Welcome back, fellas, to Friday's games in the NBA. We're going to waste no time here. I have 6 picks for you. We have a pretty decent slate here. Again, I want to waste no time and hop straight into the picks. Make sure if you're not on Underdog, use code BDGE when you sign up to get a free square. Plus, you'll get up to $1,000 deposit match bonus, so you want to make sure you take advantage. But we are going to be taking our plays on Underdog. Nothing really in the Charlotte and LAC game. The Clippers have been rolling. Kawhi is now back. But actually, I will take a steal value here. We're going to take Nick Smith points. Obviously, we have points and rebounds here, but we're going to take his straight up points. I think that's the best play on the board here for this game. Obviously, it's going to be a blow up. But Nick Smith, against second-year guy, he's going to be someone that they look to just get a ton of volume. He went 1 for 10 last game. Obviously, that limited his volume. But if he makes even 3 of those shots, I think he sees 3 more shots. He's truly a volume king. And in games without LaMelo, without Brandon Miller, without Mark Williams, with no Trey Mann, we don't have many ball handlers, so he's going to have to be someone to create his own shot. I really like this play, and I think you can easily go over this line versus a Clippers team that gives up a good amount of points to opposing shooting guards. On to the next play, Kyrie Irving lower than 25.5 points. I really like this spot as well. So far this season, Detroit has the number 2 defense against opposing point guards, so that is something to note here as I'm pulling up his props.cash. If you guys are wondering what this screen is and what these stats I'm going to show you are, this is props.cash. You can use code GUT25 to get 25% off your first month if you want to use this as well. It just shows you all the stats, all the numbers you need. But they are, Detroit, it says number 1 against point guards. I think they're number 2. Either way, they're one of the top teams versus opposing point guards this season. He's not been hitting this line consistently. When you go to players that are out, like Luka Doncic, he hasn't even hit it without Luka. Without Luka, he's only hit it in 6 of 18 games. So we're living with that 33% range. Obviously, in head-to-head games, you can look at that, but that's dating back to last season when this team would look completely different. He's missed his 4 games in a row. Not only that, but his usage has not been there the past few games. 23, 26, 18, and 24. You don't love that sort of usage. He hasn't really been seeing a crazy ton of shots. 20 is about in his range. 19.1 technically is in his range of where he's normally at. So it's not like he's seeing any insane volume. It truly is going to come down. If he shoots 60%, he hits the line. If he doesn't shoot 60%, he doesn't hit the line. Going to be one of those days. Detroit against opposing point guards have done amazing. Obviously, we have taken the 2 fucking days where they've gone over, and the rest of them have damn near been all fucking red. But you live and you learn. You keep pushing. I think today's going to be the day. Kyrie definitely goes under this mark. And I think Detroit gets the dub here against this Dallas team. Leg number 2 is going to be in the Chicago versus Toronto game. We're going to be taking a system play as always. It's going to be Manuel quickly to go over 5.5 assists. It's not here because it's plus money and my Underdog is just not fully loading, which is fine. I mean, on your guys' Underdog, it definitely should be fine, especially if you're on your phone. On the computer, sometimes it can be a little wonky, but we're going to take him at 5.5 assists. Again, 5.5 assists is where we're going to be taking Emmanuel quickly. So I really like this spot. I haven't bet on Emmanuel quickly damn near all year because he hasn't really been playing. But now that he's back, full on ready to go, he's playing 9 games this season. Obviously, a few of those were in the beginning of the season. But since he's come back from his return, he's hit this in 3 of 6 games. And he's done it with pretty good efficiency as well. You could look at his potential assists, 19, 11, 6, 8, 13. And then he played Detroit last week, and he didn't do much, but I think he's going to come back, play some pretty good minutes here in a perfect matchup for Chicago, who allow by far and away the most assists to opposing point guards. Not only that, but he's averaging 10.6 potential assists per game. Chicago has allowed 9 of the last 10 point guards, as you can see here, to go over on their points lines or on their assist lines. But this is pure system play, right? Chicago's been ass. They are 3rd fastest pace with the 4th worst defensive rating. They allow the 2nd most assists to opposing teams in general. His last 2 home games he played, he had 15 and 11 and 3. So you feel great about these numbers as well. I think he comes out and cooks today and has a ton of assists against the Chicago defense that has been very susceptible, and we have been hammering point guards against Chicago, and it has worked out for us. So we should keep on doing it and keep on taking advantage of these plays. Now we're going to go to Giannis Antetokounmpo to go over 12.5 rebounds. Again, none of my lines that I want are up, which is fine. They'll be up for you guys by the time you guys see this easily. But we're going to take him at 12.5 rebounds. 12.5 rebounds is going to be the play. That's what I got him at last night in the Discord. Put the play in as well. So make sure if you're not in the Discord, you tap in and lock in, as I put out plays every single night in the Discord, or about every single night in the Discord. The big thing is he's hit this in 5 of the last 5 games versus San Antonio. He's done really well against Wemby. He's hit this 6 of the last 10 games. He's averaging over 20 rebound chances per game in those games, as well as when he's playing Wemby himself. Outside of this outlier, he's averaging a ton of rebounds. Like, you take away 2021's, that one game in October of 2021, and he's averaging 21.6 rebound chances per game. Even with it, he's still averaging 20. You like that sort of volume. That's what you like to see. I think that's a great spot for him. Obviously, the spread is only 3.5 of this game, so you should see some high minutes. Obviously, when he sees high minutes, he crushes this mark. He did this in 23 minutes last time, a few years ago. But if we just go to someone, let's say 33 minutes, it's a close game. He's hit this in 7 of the last 10 games, 4 of the last 5, averaging 14.2 rebounds per game. Again, he's going to see the boards. He's going to see the opportunity. This San Antonio defense is susceptible to a high rebounding days from the power forward position. So you'll really like to see it and want to take advantage of that as well. And again, with a 3.5 point spread, you think it's going to be pretty close. Should be some high minutes. So I do really like that spot. Next play is going to be Chris Paul to go over 8.5 points. Again, it's just not here. But again, we live with it. We keep pushing. Chris Paul to go over 8.5 points feels like an absolute steal at this point. I don't normally love betting Chris Paul points, but here in this situation, I do. Milwaukee is just a revolving door of points for opposing point guards. And if you hammer this probably 8 out of 10 times of the week, you'll probably hit at least 6. I would say he hit this in the last head-to-head game just a few weeks ago, having 18 points in that game, and he put up a ton of volume. Recently, he's been having a good volume, right? 10 shots in that game, and again, he only needs 8.5 points, but he's averaging about 6 shots to 8 shots per game, which you love to see. 7.4 field goal attempts when you're trying to only get 8.5 points is an awesome line to hit. He shoots 50%. He damn near hits the line. Obviously, he's going to go to the free throw line probably once or twice as well, so you like to see that. And if any of these are threes, which most of the time they are, you like to see that as well. If he bangs 1 3, makes 2 shots, whatever the hell combination you want to get to 9 points, he's going to get there one way or another. I feel really good about this line as well, especially because all the focus is going to be on Wemby, and Wemby has not been shooting the best right now anyway, so I think Chris Paul's going to take a little bit of that load, and he's going to easily crush this mark. Not only that, but when we go to props and madness here, and we go to this spot, he shoots 18% of all of his points come from this mid-range area, where they give up the 9th most points, which is what we really want to see. Obviously, they give up the 11th most points from beyond the arc as well, so there's not like a stifling defense. Against the pick-and-roll ball handler, 40% of his points come from that, and they are the 4th worst team against that play type. So again, feels great about the analysis. They give up a fuck ton of points to opposing point guards. Feels like the perfect play to me. And our last play is going to be Devin Booker to go over just 25.5 points. I got nothing in the Boston Pelicans game. And in this Phoenix game, we got 20. Ooh, he bumped up. No, 26.5 is what I had. Sorry. 26.5 is the line we're going to take for Devin Bookenstein. I feel really good about it. I think he's in a perfect matchup here against Golden State as well. He's not playing the 1, which you have to know in this matchup going ahead of time. A lot of people are going to look at this, oh, well, Golden State's great against point guards. Yeah, well, they suck against shooting guards. Point blank period, they give a ton of field goal percentage, they give a ton of free throw attempts, and they allow another 9th most points. Devin Booker has been rolling recently, hitting this in 7 of the last 10 games, averaging over 30 points in 6 of those games. So he's been rolling, he's been shooting well, and that's what we want to take advantage of. The usage is really there as well, averaging a 31.1 usage. You feel fantastic about. Minutes have been there as well. This should be a pretty close game. As the spread of this game, let's look right now. The spread of this game is only by 1, so it should end up being a really, really close game. Obviously, Devin Booker is going to be at the 2 here, so we want to take advantage and look kind of like what he's going to look like in the matchup. When we go to Devin Booker right here, obviously, again, on paper, it looks kind of tough from the points analysis part, but what I'm seeing is 40%, 42% of all of his points come in this area, where they are the 2nd and the 1st worst against opposing shooting guards. I guess I think it's just in general. Not only that, but the player type from Props Madness is pretty accurate, and 75% of those players have gone over on their points lines in recent games, so I feel great about that as well. I think Devin Booker is a really good matchup to take advantage. 8 of the last 12 shooting guards have gone over their mark against Golden State. And he's averaging over 21 field goal attempts in his past few games, or he's averaging 20.5 to really hammer this home. In away games, he's been rolling as well, so we want to look at that, take advantage of that. So I think he's going to cruise over this line. Obviously, he's hit this in the last 3 away games versus Golden State, but he's hit this this year already against them once, having 27 points in that game, and I think he can do it here again today with high volume and easily take over this game in a close game where the spread is only 1. Those are the 6 plays I got for you. Again, Nick Smith Jr. over 11.5 points. Kyrie Irving under 25.5 points. Emmanuel Quickly over 5.5 assists. Giannis Antetokounmpo over 12.5 rebounds. And Chris Paul over 8.5 points with Devin Booker over 26.5 points. You put that in. Let's just do $50. We'll turn you into 1,250. If you want to go lower, hey, I want to sprinkle a little 20 stain on it, you get 500. Hey, I just want to put $10 on it. I don't want to risk much. That's fine. Let's just go with a quick 250. So you feel great about that. I love this spot. I love all these plays. Obviously, I made them last night, posted them all. So make sure to take advantage, lock in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.